welcome back to Geek Out Is Say. It's Friday and we're having fun. And we have a guest today.
Dance.
We have David, and it's your birthday.
It is my birthday.
Go,
So
David.
cool.
It's your birthday.
30th birthday. I don't know why I went like this. I don't know
You're
what the
like,
hell I
I'm
was doing.
57.
30, that's the big one right now.
Dirty
I
30.
already passed the other big one.
I'm like, you're old, dude.
The dirty 30 is what they're calling it.
30's a hot mess.
So
let me tell you.
David is a YouTube vlogger. And what kind of vlogging do you do?
Pretty much just kind of like the day in the life vlogging.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my, how'd you say, I try and hopefully have days where if it's going to be interesting enough, I'll try and vlog. And there's times where I'll take the camera and I'll do nothing interesting. So it's just like, okay, I'm not vlogging today.
You're like, this
You know?
put me to sleep.
Yeah, so like today I did a little bit, but for the most part today we're at the dealership with my sister almost like from like 8:30 to almost 2:30.
Wow.
It was so long. So I had gotten like an intro there, and then I got another piece there. I had to drive to my dad's. So I got another piece there, another piece when I got here. So it's just, you know,
You
I
should
don't
just
know.
like randomly go to the highway and start waving at people
Yeah,
or something.
exact
Like, I'm at the
something. You know, it's
dealership
just-
this long.
It's just something. And then to make things worse or better, on the way to the dealership, freaking, it got a chip in my window.
Oh,
I don't know if
no.
it was, I don't know if it was a rock or something, but it hit the window and I have like a quarter size chip in the windshield. So
Wow.
So you're like, now I'm going to have to go sit somewhere else
Yeah.
forever to get it fixed.
So the wife was calling places around. The cheapest guy he could repair it was like, things like $65. And the other place were charging like 200, 300 something to repair the whole windshield. And they kept asking like, well, does it have a rain sensor? And I was like, I don't think so. They're like, oh, well, all Volkswagens from 2010 up have a rain sensor. I was like, well, every time it rains, the wipers don't go on automatically. I turn them on. So I'm like, I don't know.
You're like, I got gypped.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know, so I have to go and check that out. But yeah, that's like I said, day in the life. I try and make everything interesting as much as possible. I try and show myself how I am in person through my vlogs, through the video. That way, like,
I know a lot of people, a lot of vloggers kind of change it up and they become a different persona when they're doing their vlogs, and you kind of like do who you are. And
yeah, some people try and and some people try and be like they're trying to put too much, how would you say, too much hype on themselves. And then of course you meet them in person, they're like, they're not as hype as you thought they were. Do you mean you see my videos? I am the way my videos in real life. You know, granted, you know, like YouTube doesn't like a lot of cussing.
Yeah.
And I have a sailor mouth. I have a sailor mouth in my videos. I have a sailor mouth in person.
But you're
So
going to be
anyway.
really careful because my students watch.
Yeah, here I gotta be careful. But you know,
He's like thinking about it the whole time.
that's what I know. I'm like kind of like talking slow.
Well, I mean, there are things like when you cover your camera stuff. There's not. There's one where I didn't hear any cussing throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, it's because I guess it gets more technical. And I guess the cussing would only come to part where it starts getting the frustrated part of the technical.
Yeah, or I think like that every day, you know, when you're talking to your friends or you're hanging out, there's that every day, you know, you kind of use it as an adjective nowadays kind of thing. It's just not the same as it used to be. It's not like you're cussing at something necessarily. You're just like using it to express how much extra something is, right?
Exactly. You should, like this morning with the windshield.
Right.
I mean,
that had to have had something come out.
I mean, if the I could have cussed the window till it broke, and you know, the whole thing if I wanted to, but
we have a comment from the chat from Adventure Vic. Happy birthday, David.
Thank you, Vic.
Actually, it was my birthday too on Tuesday, so
Tuesday.
we're April
y'all
babies.
are having the April baby thing going on,
We're
but
the
Vince
Aries.
was not 30.
Yeah.
He was
I
30
was not
plus
30,
14.
no.
Just saying. He was 14 when you were born.
We're
That's
strong.
a thing.
We're strong Aries men.
Yeah.
We're like smack dab in the middle of what
So
Aries is supposed to be.
I have a question for you, David.
Go ahead.
I want to know what like all the letters and numbers mean, because I'm not gonna lie. Like when I went to go check out your channel, I thought you were a DJ.
Music?
Yeah, because like I have these friends, and I don't mention their names on air because they might get their feelings hurt, and they think they're DJs. You know, they think they're DJs.
I'm a iTunes DJ.
So that's what I was like. I thought you were gonna like show up, and then here I'll make sure you get pinned on so you're not scratchy.
And no, it's actually my initials. The D the D, the J, and the M are actually my initials.
Okay.
And the E I added in there kind of like just to give that, instead of just the M for the letter M, it's just to give the sound of the how M would sound.
Right.
E-M. Like Eminem, how he's supposed to name.
Right.
E-M. So that's kind of what I did. That's why I did it like that. And then the 210 just to represent, where I'm from, San Antonio. So.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie either. The first time I met you at the YouTube meetup, I thought you were a DJ. And I was like, oh yeah, he plays really nice music on his vlog. I was like, he's not a DJ.
Yeah, I get that, especially like when I wear the shirt. I wore this one time, and we went out with one of the wife's friends. I just happened to have the shirt on. I was like, well, I'm not gonna go home and change. We're just going to a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's gonna be drunk off their, what. So I didn't really care. But the guys behind me were drunk. Like, hey, what kind of music you do? I have to go and explain myself to them also. No, I'm not a DJ. This and that.
This is
like,
my initial.
Okay. So
it's a great DJ name.
Yeah.
DJ M210. Come on, it rolls off the tongue.
So like I said,
I thought like the EM
DJ.
stood for electronic music. So I thought I was gonna get on there and be all.
That I never thought of.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna jam out.
Yeah, I'm a good DJ in the car.
Yeah, in the car. You're
so like
I
the M is like Eminem?
Yeah. Well, the E part came from Eminem because I was a big Eminem fan. So I listened to like all his music. I used to get in trouble for wearing his shirts in middle school.
Yeah. I wouldn't allow that in my classroom. That's not a thing.
One teacher, she was like, you need to turn that inside out. And I was like, no.
Yeah. Or you have to go home.
She was on that, but I was like, no. I was like, my mom bought me this shirt, so.
Yeah.
So I'd like to go ahead and show everybody what your kind of show is like. We're going to show like maybe 10 seconds of one of your...
Are you going to say the word show one more time? Say it one more time.
Show.
Thanks.
So staying on? Yep, sure is. It's recording. What's up, everybody? DJ M 210 here. Gonna do a little insight as to the new vlogging setup that I'm using.
We're back. So, yeah, that's a little bit of what you do there. Mm-hmm. And that one was you were talking about your Panasonic Lumix.
Oh, yes.
So,
oh, yeah, you get really good views on your
on that one.
On your camera.
That one, yeah. I think that's my most viewed video, even still to this day. It's my most viewed. Why? I don't know. I honestly don't know
You're
why.
like, if I can figure it out, I'd do it again.
And my guess is it's because like the stuff we talk about the meetings is I think it's the way I worded the title of the video. The fact that I have the camera and stuff in the picture with kind of the wordings of the title in the thumbnail.
Yeah. And
then I'm guessing also like the description and the hashtags or whatever. I guess my face being in the way the face kind of, I don't know. And but yeah, still to this day, it's my most watched video. I think I have like close to 2,000 views.
And the great thing about that one, the Panasonic, it's not like the most expensive camera out there. No, and that's one of the things that's like really big to me because I like doing things on as cheap as I can do it, but still good. And that's something that is pretty inexpensive, but it's still a really good camera, and you can still get 1080p out of it.
Yeah, that one does 10. It'll do.
Well, that does 4K, right?
It does 4K at 24 frames and 30 frames. The only thing is when you shoot 4K, it does crop in a little bit. Excuse me. It does do 1080 up to 60 frames per second, and also
You're saying the sound is a little low.
Is it on mine?
Not me.
Is it mine? Can you hear me good? Anybody hear me good? Is it me?
It's Adam. No, it's Adam from the group. So
okay,
a lot of people from the group are watching right now. So
that's
really
good.
cool.
We're still trying to get the sound down. So, but maybe if I talked softer, Stuart wouldn't feel like I was so loud, and he would turn the sound up for the rest of y'all, because the rest of you are kind of soft.
Or they can just turn your sound down.
Yeah, I've turned Colleen right down. She's on mute.
She's on mute.
I'll talk loud enough you can hear me from Vincent's mic.
Ow.
Yeah, I can use my teacher voice. Don't make me do that.
Throw stuff at the
Abraham Rendon says, David, sing the Cow Goes Moo song.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes, okay. Yes, entertain us, David.
He's talking about, have you seen the movie Kung Pao?
Yeah.
Eats the Wukong pie, right?
Unfortunately.
Okay. This is the part the chicken go cluck cluck, cow go moo. Remember that? Piggy go, how about you? That's what he does. Every time I sing that, for whatever reason, he loves it. He makes me laugh every single time. I don't know why.
Dude humor.
Retro Crunch says, I've been meaning to come check out the group sometime myself. You should definitely come next week.
Yeah.
We have one every week
every
on
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
So.
At Geekdom, downtown. I forget the actual address.
It's at the Rand building.
Address.
Vince will put it up.
I forget the address.
Get with me. Send me
Y'all
a
have some
send me
kind
a
of
message.
Facebook group that people could join? Or?
Yeah, we do.
What's it called?
It's San Antonio YouTube Meetups.
Yeah, it's Meetups, and then there's the other one. Shoot, I forgot.
Meetups Active.
Let me see. Hold on.
The group is Meetups Active.
On Facebook?
On Facebook, it's San Antonio YouTube Meetups.
The group is active, and the
YouTubers
page
community
is just.
Yeah, San Antonio YouTubers community and San Antonio YouTube Meetup. Active are the ones you can find.
And there's also a San Antonio YouTube Meetup, just the page.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's the one that's actually us. That's SA YouTube Create.
Yeah.
So check it out.
www.sa.youtube.
There you go. Adam says it's good. The sound is good now.
Didn't change anything.
Okay. Maybe you put. I don't know.
I think he tweaked me down because I'm too loud.
A little bit. Something.
I think it was the two birds that I put up.
Can
Oh.
I get some more auto tune? Just kidding.
I'll talk softly and demurely.
Wee. So when we talk at the meetings, you talk a lot about your cameras. Can you give us your experience with cameras and what kind of equipment and?
I started. I think one of the first, real good. At the time was pretty good. Was the Sony? I don't know if you remember. They started with their small little mirrorless alpha lines, like the NEX 5T. It had the 5N. It was a small little mirrorless and it had a full articulating screen that flipped upwards. I had gotten one of those. I don't know if they're pretty much obsolete now, but it's kind of like what Sean Vlogs uses.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one.
Okay.
It's one like the ones before his.
Okay.
That's one of my first I think first 2 or 3 videos we recorded with, and then from there, I started using my GoPro actually for vlogs for a good while, and I got that. I got a GorillaPod. I bought a Rode mic, the video mic micro, and got the little adapter to plug the microphone in. Able to plug the microphone into the GoPro, and was vlogging with that for a good while.
Mm-hmm.
It was got to get some used to it because it doesn't have a flip screen to see yourself.
Yeah.
But it had a little lens cap that was reflective.
Mm-hmm.
So when I had it out, as long as I could see my face in a little circle, I knew I was in.
I was wondering.
I knew I was in the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Now with GoPro, everything's in focus, so I don't have to worry about it. Being out of focus.
Yeah.
Because I was seriously thinking about doing some videos during Fiesta,
Mm-hmm.
because we're going to go to the parade and we're going to go to Coronation and some stuff like that. And I think people would like to see Fiesta, but I was like, I don't want to just do it on my phone. And
The GoPros would be nice. I think the 5. I hear a lot of bad stuff about the 6 because of the fact that GoPro went away from making their own processors.
Mm-hmm.
So the video quality kind of went down. A lot of people are sticking with the Hero 5s. The video quality says better.
Well, you have one, but it's not a GoPro. It's like
not
a
a GoPro,
knockoff,
yeah.
right?
Was the Yi? Or is this the 4K one?
It's no, I think it's a 1080 one, but it's a decent little one.
It's a whatever China made that was comparable to the GoPro.
I think it sounds like the Yi. It's just it looks like this look real plain.
Yeah.
On the front. Might be the Yi. I don't know.
Looks just
There's
like a GoPro.
4 or 5 different ones.
Yeah.
How do you get sound when you record with something like that?
I used there's a little adapter that actually GoPro makes, and it's a little 35 mil. How do you say 0.35 for a headphone jack, for your headphones.
Mm-hmm.
The adapter goes into the side of the GoPro, a mini USB, and then it has an output where you can plug the microphone in, and then I have a little cage that I would mount the GoPro in there, and I have a little code shoe where I mount the Rode video mic on, and then plug the microphone in, and that's how I was getting my audio. That's how I got better audio than just the GoPro audio.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, how do you get
too.
such good audio on a GoPro? Well, because I had a better microphone on there. So that's what I did for a little while, And so I jumped up to my Canon, which I'm shooting with now, versus my Panasonic. And the reason why I switched back to my T6i is because of the fact that I have a wide angle lens on there. So I know with my Panasonic, I wasn't getting that wide of a.
Right.
I mean, even if I hold it all the way out, there was just not enough. It still looked like I was too close. Yeah. So I put that one on the side for now. I want to keep it because, you know, I kind of, future-proof myself with the 4K. So I'll keep that. But yeah, right now I'm just doing the Canon with just a super wide angle.
So if somebody wanted to get into vlogging, what would you tell them? Like, they haven't done it before. Like,
I would say just start, because I had, for a little while, I was telling my wife, like, I want to start, didn't know how, and I kind of just started. Like I said, I had already had that Sony camera. So in a way, I was ready a step up from just my phone. And I started and then to get better audio, I literally made my own lavalier microphone out of old iPhone headphones. I got the mic part, and I cut the headphones off and just left the mic, and I plugged it into my phone, and I got to the recording app. So I pressed record on my camera and on my phone at the same time, so I can try and sync it later, and that's how I get my audio. I had the little lapel mic in there. I grabbed the audio from my phone and put it on my iPad and iMovie, and then just kind of looked to what I was saying, kind of matched the sound, so I knew what I said.
Right.
So I was like pinching and squeezing the audio.
How did you figure out how to do that?
I looked it up on YouTube.
On YouTube. I've seen that one too.
Yeah. I looked it up on YouTube.
So is that usually what you use to cut video? Is iMovie?
No, I use DaVinci Resolve now.
I think the one that you told me to try, right?
DaVinci Resolve. There's a lot of people use Premiere Pro, which I would like to get. DaVinci Resolve's kind of similar. I think the the user interface is pretty similar. There's just some things you can do or can't do in Resolve that you can do in Premiere. Especially with the free versions. I don't think Premiere is free at all. DaVinci, you can get DaVinci 14. You can get like the light version. You can download for free, and that's pretty much what I use now.
For somebody who's never cut video, how user friendly is it?
It's actually pretty user friendly.
Oh, really?
I would think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can learn. You can see someone to cut a video. I mean, super easy. Like in maybe not even 5 minutes.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, I went through as the one thing that. I don't think anything has been as easy as like Windows Movie Maker.
Oh wow, that's old.
But I mean, it didn't do a whole lot. But they don't have that anymore. They don't even have that as an option.
Like when you get a Windows computer, it's not even on there.
Not anymore.
Yeah, because I know the Adobe Suite. But like for teachers and students, you can get a discount on it. But I know
that's what he's using.
Yeah, I know it's not. It's like $300 for the entire suite. Or you can pay monthly, but I'd rather just pay the $300 because you pay more monthly throughout the year.
Exactly, that was what we looked at. So
yeah, Retro Crunch says he uses Premiere Elements, Photoshop, and for all his videos. So
I personally,
we use Premiere.
No, there's no we.
I use Premiere. For the latest stuff that I've been doing, I've been using Premiere. Yeah. So I'm starting to get a lot better at cutting video than I used to be, because not that I was bad before, I just didn't want to do it.
Take the time. Yeah. I mean, if you have experience, I think if you have experience using iMovie, going to like DaVinci Resolve is kind of like a step up, and I think from DaVinci Resolve to Premiere would be like another step up. But then I've seen people who on YouTube who go from Premiere Pro to the full suite of DaVinci Resolve. Because because you can do a lot on Premiere, you can do a buttload on Premiere. I mean, if you see at the end of like Deadpool, that's pretty much all they used for the editing, and all the After Effects and stuff was through Adobe.
Oh, okay.
And so it's the software you can get at your home, and if you know how to use it, you can make your own effects like that.
Well, I'm trying to learn from you guys, because since I'm the GT specialist at my campus, my students have to make like a year-long. They have to do research for the majority of the year, and then they have to put together a product. So nowadays, some of the products, you don't do like PowerPoints and stuff anymore, right? Yeah. You make your own mini TED Talk, right? Or you do your own vlog and talk to people and educate people about what it is you've learned about for the whole year. So I'm needing to learn from you guys how to cut the video and how to help the kids out, because we have a green screen at school, but I don't know like how to layer those background loop images on it and stuff. So I'm having to learn like kind of listen to you guys and find out?
I think another from what I saw on iMovie, you can get, if you have your clip if you have your clip down here, you can get your other image and put it on top, and then when that's highlighted, there's a setting you can go to, and it's like an overlay, and you can click it. It says blue or green screen. If you click that, it'll turn your that background, that clip there. It'll turn that into your background for your other clip.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken, that's how I used to do it when I had an iMovie. I had my video clip there, and for the parts I wanted to get to those cinematic black bars, I didn't know how to do the aspect ratio on iMovie. So what I did is I got a PNG photo from Google with the black bars, and it was green. So I had my video clip here, and then I get the photo on top, and I'd stretch it out throughout the clip that I wanted to. I make sure that green screen was highlighted, and then go to green screen overlay, and turn that on, and it would turn the green out, and it would have the black bars in my video.
Oh, cool.
And that's how I did it at the time.
Can you use iMovie on an iPad or just on? Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, even the
we have iPads. It's cool.
Yeah, the iPad Pros actually are supposed to be really, really good. There's another software. I was just looking at this video last night. I forgot what it's called, but I've seen people edit 4K video on iPads.
Really?
Yeah, which is, to me, is pretty amazing. They can even edit 4K video on iPads.
Well, we did the live stuff when we do interviews and stuff on the iPad.
Yeah, we do that on the iPad with the iOgrapher.
Yeah. So I like that. I think that's cool. It's nice because it's more mobile.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would feel about using a camera like your Canon that you have. How do you feel about it? Like, it doesn't feel bulky?
I mean, it can. It definitely gets a lot of attention, especially like if I'm walking. Because I don't like to leave it in the car.
I wouldn't.
So if I go to HB, the mall, whatever, if I'm going to get down for 5-10 minutes, I'll take it down with me. Yeah. You know, so.
And you're filming stuff because a lot of your stuff is like you're either walking in the parking lot, going to the store, or in the store itself. Like, I think you're in the...
People love videos of HEB. What's that all about? They really do.
Idea.
It's really weird. People love videos of HEB.
I'll start vlogging HEB then.
I'm going to start doing
I just did this like weird little short video because it was like peak time of the day, but then all of a sudden there was nobody there. And I was like, look, it's HEB in the wild and there's no one here. And I'm like going around and like I was just being goofball. And then people were like, oh my God, that's so cool. There's nobody at HEB. Where are you? Tell me what HEB that is. I'm coming right
John
now.
Roscoe just asked, is he a DJ? Actually, we answered this earlier.
John knows
cool.
better.
Yeah, he just wanted to give you a hard time.
Yeah, no, John, my sister's not here. In case he asked, watch, she's probably after the next question.
Yeah, because
always asking something about my sister.
So do you have to beat him off with a big stick?
Yeah. Well, no, I'll just make fun of him about it when he ripped his pants.
Okay. She's just gonna tell all your business on it. Keep going, David. Let's see what else we can find out.
Yeah, especially like let's say with something like this gets a lot of attention. The microphone.
Everybody's like, oh my God, that raccoon tail is gonna kill me.
And they was like, what is that? Because I'll carry it. I'll have it on my Gorilla Pod. I said I'll carry it around just like that, or sometimes I'll have it, in my arm and I'll walk in doing stuff. And some people are like, "Oh, I thought that was a dog you had," and I'm like, "No, it's not a dog." Or I'll tell them what it is.
It's my robot dog.
Yeah, I'm like, "Oh, you can touch it, this and that, whatever." But I tell them it's a dead cat, and they're like, "What do you mean dead cat?" I was like, "That's what it's called. It's either furry windscreen or the other name is dead cat."
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the name.
I thought you were just being sarcastic, like some people would leave you alone. It's a dead cat, all right? Go away.
That's one of the names is dead cat, or
and there's different lingo in there, like the lenses or glass.
Yeah,
right.
But in the photography world or even video world, they don't call them just lenses. They call it glass. You have good glass. What kind of glass do you use?
Really?
Yeah, because most of the time that's what lenses are, is a lot of glass. Right. So if you go into the more expensive lenses, as far as like Canon and Sony, they have more glass in them. So that's expensive glass. You have glass that costs like $2,000 for a lens. You have some lenses that cost more than cameras themselves.
Yeah, they're like the size of your arm.
We have a friend of ours that's a photographer, and she has a lens that needs its own tripod.
Yep.
What is it?
Huge.
It's like this long.
it's
it's long.
It's
It's like a long.
It's just probably like a 400 millimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the body sits like way off, and the tripod's like in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because it's so heavy. Yeah.
That's crazy.
They get pretty. They get
she does
get
a
pretty
lot
long.
of her nature stuff. On
I was gonna say,
she can hit a
so
hawk
the
in
sports,
the sky. Like,
yeah. That's what they're for. That's usually what they're for, because it's such a long focal length. I mean, you get right in, you're looking at eagle, get right in his face from being way over here. And just, that's what they do. But yeah, the lenses. I mean, you could look up lenses. I think Canon has a 1200 millimeter, and it's like, how much this was, like 15,000 or something like that.
Dang.
Sigma has one that's like 25,000.
Wow.
And it goes up from there. It's ridiculous. Leica has one that was like, I don't know, like in the hundreds or like close to like $1 million for like a lens or something like that. It's ridiculously stupid. So, but
or you can get like a GoPro and make things look better than they did in the 90s.
That's true.
I mean, that's okay.
with technology now, like I said. So
I mean, even on our smartphones nowadays, you can do something pretty decent. So it's not that big of a deal.
The cameras being better on smartphones, them being water resistant. I mean, you can take it underwater and record 4K video on your phone nowadays.
I know we talk about a lot in the group, and how do you, like when you're filming stuff, how do you film stuff to be able to go back and cut it later? Not everybody will know that.
I try and do, I kind of think about the day ahead of time. Like, because I got to go here, I got to go here, and if I have errands to run, and I'll go about it that way. And I'll try and think, okay, I'm going to go here, where and what am I going to shoot when I'm there? And what kind of video I want to get while I'm there. Do I need to get B-roll here? Am I just going to be talking to the camera here? And I'll go about it that way. It's not necessarily always a plan. Kind of go with it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I can talk to the camera here, and then I have a chance. This might be some good B-roll. I'll get some B-roll, some slow motion here. And I'll think about okay, if I'm gonna do B-roll here, what kind of B-roll I want to get. I kind of think of type of music in my head to kind of like, I guess, film with music. I know some people like to edit to music, or they'll cut to music also. Yeah. So that's kind of what I do. It's not necessarily always planned out all the time. So I just kind of go with it for the most part. And if I get something good, I get something good. Sometimes I don't. Like I said, there's days where I'm out and about all day and I've talked to the camera once. It's like, well, today didn't happen.
Right.
So and sometimes there's been a couple, like the past couple weeks, I hadn't had much of anything, but I had content already filmed.
Right.
So I was able to edit like 4 or 5 videos and put them out because I had already filmed them. So I was like, cool, I have to have something to put out even though I hadn't had anything new recorded. So that's why I edited that. Like the last one I put up with with the Spark, the DJI Spark, I had filmed that like almost 2-3 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was meant to put it up almost 2-3 weeks ago. I just never got the chance to. So it just took me longer.
So are you trying to do at least one video a week?
I try and do at least one a week. At least one a week. If I can do 2 a week, then that's great. But I try and do at least one a week. And I want to try. I would like to get more on a consistent basis of have a certain day when to upload, but it's just like with work, my schedule's not always consistent, so I can't be like, oh, every Tuesday or every Thursday, because sometimes I have to work on a Tuesday or on a Thursday. It's not always the same. Granted, I work 3 days out the week and I get my hours then. I have the 4 days off, but like I said, it's always different days. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about the vlogging, but I was like, who's gonna want to watch? I go to work. I mean, I couldn't show anything. I couldn't show my classroom and stuff like that. I couldn't show the kids or anything. So I'd be like, this is me in my classroom. I work and work and work and work. And this is me really late at night and I'm working. And now I'm going to college and this is me. And this is me crashing on my face in my house when I walk in the door. Like, it's not very interesting. But then I was thinking, on April 26th, we're going to go to Coronation. On the 27th, we're going to go to the Battle of Flowers. The Infinity Wars movies come out. On April 28th is International Tabletop Day. So then when we have weeks like we have weeks like that where it's like, oh, I'm doing this and this and this and this. And those would probably make interesting vlogs. But then it's like the times in between, like you were saying. Yeah. You're like, so
or if it's something like that, just record each one and then upload them different days or one or 2 a week.
Colleen is we do a lot of golden stuff when we're driving.
Okay, but sometimes we do stuff that like we can't put on air because
you can do like a car show.
I have a no, we can't.
In the car
because
with
we're not appropriate
Vince
at all. It's not a thing.
Well, you can make it age appropriate and limit it.
I can't. Like no, seriously, I can't.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
I'm not saying limit. I'm not saying like to limit like y'all. I'm talking about you can put maybe in the description not for ages.
Yeah, no, still I couldn't. I still can't. Yeah, it's not a thing I can do. Yeah.
What happens when you're a public figure?
Yes.
Take stuff the wrong way, and then all of a sudden you're living under a bridge.
Yes. You know, if I was like a famous, you know, if we were making like $4,000 each a month doing YouTube, then I could be crass.
Something like that.
Why are we not there yet?
Right.
I think we're like boring.
It's been 4 years. It's been 4 years. We have people watching. It's good.
Yeah.
We're doing a geek show on Friday night.
We're doing a Friday night geek show.
Dre 13 says, "What's up, David?"
The
What's
college
up?
thing will be done.
Adrian?
We'll move it.
I know who you are.
Oh, that
Sorry.
sounded. Wow. Your wife's right there. Did you
That's
need
fine.
a moment?
That's fine. She don't care.
Oh, okay. She's like, I'd like to get rid of him anyway.
And your wife's a YouTuber as well, right?
Well, I'm trying to get her to start.
So she is drug in by association.
She has
I
a
can't
channel,
imagine
right?
How that feels.
Yeah, she has a channel. She has a name. She has it on there. But she has yet to make even an intro video. I'm trying to push her to it, but she just, I was just shy. I don't understand why, because I always have her in the videos.
But
I always
yeah,
have the
but
camera
she's,
right
like,
in her
kinda in the
face.
back.
And she'll talk like that, but when it's just, I guess when it comes to just her being there, and I had the setup there. She has her vanity, she has all her makeup there. I have the lights for her, so I put the camera right there, record a video, or she can have her phone go live on Facebook to start off with at least. And she's just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Adam
like,
says,
I'm not there yet.
Adam says Vince looks like he's thinking of a way to do it.
Do what?
He is. Adam.
There's some gold there, though.
I know. He keeps. I'm telling you, he keeps trying to get us to do these things, and I'm like, you
But
have
it's,
to
like, funny.
seriously edit it. Like some of it is funny because we're kind of stupid.
Maybe we can throw up some sort of a filter over your face, so it won't be you.
Then people won't know. It's somebody else that Vince hangs out. Donald Trump.
Wow.
Vince and Donald.
I don't think anybody would want to hang out with Donald Trump.
Well, it's like, okay, so Vincent and I are super weirdos. Like, we are. It's just a thing we do. So, after we watched Star Trek, the new Star Trek for a while, we decided that we felt like we could talk Klingon, which, of course, we can't. But we were doing it anyway.
We could if we studied it, but we didn't study it.
No, we just made up our own
just
Klingon.
like, we made our own
And it was
Klingon,
pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then we sing songs about it
So,
because we make up songs about
I want to hear y'all's fake Klingon.
I don't know if I can do it right now because we just like haven't practiced it in a while.
You should do it. I had to sing the chicken, the cow song.
That's because your friends were on. I
That's
don't
true.
have any friends.
That's
That's his Klingon right there, and I'm not doing mine. You can't make me.
That's my Klingon.
It sounds similar to it.
Live long and prosper.
No, those are Vulcans.
Oh wait, that's Vulcan.
Wow.
Never mind.
Out.
Sorry.
I'm like, give me your mic.
Close.
You're the heck out of here.
I'm still in the space time. Okay, space.
Do you like any of the geeky, nerdy stuff, or not really? That's not
No,
your
I
thing?
do.
I mean, technology is kind of considered.
Yeah, I think that's the
your big-
towards that part I go as the technology part. I mean, I like other stuff. Like I said, like before, I haven't watched all the Star Wars. I've never seen all the Star Wars. I've seen some. I never had a chance to actually sit down and watch the original Star Wars and then the new ones. Bit and pieces here. Yeah, I've seen, of course, like all the like the Marvel movies, the DC movies. That I love. When it comes to technology, that's kind of like my technology or science is my thing. Yeah,
science is your thing.
Technology and science,
So
especially with space and stuff like that.
I was gonna say, were you excited about the SpaceX stuff and
Oh,
Elon
yeah.
Musk and?
I love Elon Musk. Huge fan of his. The whole thing that he's been doing with SpaceX and.
We got a big surge when we did a show about the EM drive.
The EM drive.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, I had a huge debate with my kids today because they were complaining that the government took funding away from NASA, and I said that's probably the best thing that ever happened to NASA. Are you kidding? Like when they don't have government regulations, when they're not tied down to what the government wants, and the private sector gets a hold of it, they can do first, let's do mini cruises to the moon that will then pay for us to do the EM drive and to do some of the solar sails and to get out there and to get further places. I think privatization of space is going to be probably the best thing.
They don't even get that much funding anyway.
Yeah, they already announced today that they're doing a private space hotel. Will be $9 million for a 2-week stay.
Oh, they said that on the radio, didn't they? Yeah.
$9 million.
I think it says about that being affordable.
It is, well, compared to if you want to hop on the space station, it's like $12 million.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to think about the cost of the fuel and.
Granted, one day it'll be like going from here to the store, and the price will.
Well, we would hope.
EM drive.
We would hope so. We would hope so. But people thought by this year a lot of things would be a lot different than they are. I mean, come on.
Where are the flying cars?
Back to the Future. Where's my hoverboard? Not that junk we have now.
Oh, they have
lying to me.
Fake rubber. Well, not fake, but they have one that's like on a rail.
Yeah.
At least the shoes are there.
But we have the technology to make flying cars right now.
But the self-lacing ones aren't. Like they only did.
They only did them, for
small run.
Charity.
So
there's small run.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And I don't think the technology was ever there where they thought it was going to be.
No,
that
girl
fight with that girl.
Yeah, she actually made a real good working model.
But now they have those ridiculous Pizza Hut shoes.
Oh, those real? I thought it was only for the commercial.
No, I saw that they're really going to sell those. Where you order pizza from your shoe. How that works, I don't know. I didn't get to read the whole article.
It uses Alexa.
I sent it out to my kids. Alexa, are you spying on us?
It's the same technology as those.
Back to Amazon when I hear you say the wake word.
Shut up.
Alexa, stop. That's enough.
It's the same as the reorder buttons from Amazon, where you're running short of something and you press a button and it reorders it. It's the same technology. It uses the internet and places an order.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna do a whole bunch of them.
No, not that I could tell. I grabbed the article real quick and sent it to my kids to read, and then we were going to discuss it, but we're going to discuss it next week. So I need to read the article this weekend so that we can have a discussion.
I still want the Air Mags. I was like, why didn't they release it to the public?
Yeah, I don't know.
That was upsetting to me. Nike, I hate you.
What? Nike, I hate you.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
I like your new slogans. We're going to keep David around.
But yeah, like space, like the other
Big Red King is on. I think he's one of your students.
Hi. I don't know who you are when you use that weird name, or I would give you a shout out. Because some of the kids wanted a shout out, but I was like, you got to watch, or I'm not going to shout out to you. So yeah, if they tell you who they actually are, then we'll give them a shout out. So the space program you're really interested in.
Yeah, space. The other day they just launched another space shuttle to to the ISS to restock it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what they're using now.
Well, and SpaceX is supposed to be building a huge new facility near the Houston area, so maybe you'll go and get some vlogging stuff there.
Is it for the what you call it? Oh my goodness, the new trans rail system or whatever.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't.
Not in California.
Maybe I didn't see.
That it's like a vacuum now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The vacuum tube, yeah.
15 minutes or something like that.
That's gonna be cool.
I know that he built like a mile and a half test, and apparently it's been doing pretty good. They want to start building it to where it's like a monorail.
Well, I would think in places like Texas where things are so far apart because we're so large, like something like that would probably be beneficial.
They made one. They said they made one from here to Austin and to Dallas, or from here to Houston. If you took one from here to Dallas, you would get from here to Dallas in 20 minutes. That's how fast it would go.
Wow.
So it'd be like from here to Houston would be like 15 minutes.
That's crazy.
So like, I'm gonna.
Wonder how expensive that would be.
Shop in Houston at the Galleria.
Right.
15 minutes. So you
Done.
go to Houston.
That would change a lot of things in Texas. Yeah. Definitely would change.
We talked about that. Gosh, when McKenna was on. On the show.
Well, yeah, it takes time for technologies
it's been a long
like these,
time.
and you have to, do test runs, and you have to get permissions,
It's
and
just the funding.
You have to get money. That's a thing.
Oh, Angel's watching. Hi, Angel.
Hi, Angel.
He actually, Hibby Studios.
Hibby Studios.
He makes video games here in San Antonio.
Oh, cool.
He's one of our peeps. Did Big Red ever tell you who they were?
No.
Come on, kiddo. You don't want a shout out? That's okay.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. No, these children are not scared, please. They're all going to be way more famous than we are one day.
Right.
They're the YouTube generation. They're going to get it, man.
I was telling Vince earlier about the. Did you look it up when I had told you? That Amazon.
No, I was trying to. I didn't find anything.
I heard a while back. I don't know if it's true. I think I saw it on YouTube. Obviously on YouTube.
On YouTube.
I think Amazon's trying to do something like YouTube.
Of course they are. I mean, why wouldn't they?
And it's where you can create, your own account. You can upload videos, just like a YouTube platform. I think they're supposed to start it. I don't know when or if it started already. And I wanted to do more research on it because I'll tell you, Vince, if it's like that, as far as us, especially here.
Then we'll be SA Amazon Create.
Yeah, and
after
we can
that.
start something like that. Kind of be like, the pioneers or how the people who were YouTube 15 years ago were where they're at now. We can be like them.
You'll just have to think of some new gig.
Well, just like the first Twitchers that are out there that got real big.
Yeah.
So.
You just got to think of that draw, whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
And the kids show me videos sometimes on YouTube that they think are hilarious. Like they were watching some video today. I was like, what are y'all showing me? They came in from lunch and it was like it was a how-to video supposedly, but it was how to stuff a chicken. But then it wasn't, the guy was trying to stuff the chicken. No, like to make a meal for his family.
Okay.
But then he did it all wrong and blew the chicken up or something, and he was weeping, and then he put the chicken in a box to go bury it in the yard. I'm like, y'all watch the weirdest stuff. Like, why do you want to watch that? I don't understand. They're like, it's hilarious. I'm like, okay, I guess. I don't get it. So we can find out.
Although I'll watch stuff pouring real slow and
Pouring really
that's
slow. I
so
don't get that.
satisfying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, why are you watching someone
I
pour
guess
syrup?
I guess it's kind of the same thing, the feeling you get when you get bubble wrap.
You gotta see,
so
maybe you should just do a vlog with different types of bubble wrap.
Or just rolling on bubble
Rub
wrap.
on it and just smush it on your face.
Just 5 minutes of slow motion bubble wrap.
Yes.
Sounds.
Yeah, and then you make the sounds yourself. You don't actually push it hard enough. You just pop. Or you pretend like you're too weak. See, we have new videos already. We have new ideas. It's gonna be a thing.
Bubble wrap video tonight.
Write it down. That's a thing.
So, what are your plans for your YouTube channel?
I'm hoping it'll grow as far as, like I said, where I'm trying to be with it now. Like I said, trying to get people to know me through the videos and have them, if they see me out in public, so they're able to come up to me. I just be like, hey, you're DJ or you're David, however they want to call me, and just talk to me and say hi, and take a picture or whatever. And I was telling Vince earlier, just have them feel like they know me through my videos.
Yeah.
And hopefully it grows with that, and just be kind of like just a personality.
Yeah.
But I am the way I'm in person as I'm in video, and you just know me that way, and hopefully it'll get me, get somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
And you have a personality for it. But thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. It's been a great time. But thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to us yet, please subscribe to us. And if you want to see DJ, find DJ DJM210, DJ_EM210 space 210, and or even if you don't put spaces, you'll bring them up.
Yeah, she'll pop up.
So check them out there. You have Instagram and.
I do. I have it on the back of my shirt. Should I stand up?
Yeah. See if we can even see that.
That's all right. Just yell. Can you see the back of his shirt? Squat down. Do the squats. Further.
A little bit further. There you go.
Okay.
You're like,
so
that's
check
my
them
exercise
out
for the
there, and it'll be a lot of fun. But thanks for checking us out. I'm Vince.
I'm Colleen, and that's Stuart, and that's David.
I'm David. DJ.
Geek out, SA.